find this extremely fucking funny how there's a lot of people that are in Milwaukee that know who I am. They know of me. They've seen my videos on TikTok. They know that I have HIV and they don't like it. For some reason, they keep telling me that I'm going to give them AIDS, etc.
It's a hard watch. It's a hard watch, but it's a necessary evil, I guess, because we got to get a point across. No? I always like to link back to the content creator, regardless of whether I agree with him or not. So that'll be down in the description. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Also, Teach Henley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. Apparently, in not even Miami, Milwaukee, you guys know no bounds. You know no bounds. And honestly, I'm just weirded out. I'm weirded out by everything. I don't even trust nobody no more. Nobody is trustworthy. Not a soul outside of the people that's closest to you. Not a soul can be trusted. Let me go ahead and get this from the beginning so I can get the full understanding and the context from Miss Sir here.
I find this extremely fucking funny how there's a lot of people that are in Milwaukee that know who I am. They know of me. They've seen my videos on TikTok. They know that I have HIV and they don't like it. For some reason, they keep telling me that I'm going to give them AIDS, etc. Mind you, I tell everybody that I have HIV, specifically the niggas that I'm talking to, because I don't care. You know what I mean? If you're a friend and you find out, oops, oh well, I don't care either. But I find it really, really funny because the clinic that I go to that handles my medication and stuff like that, if only y'all knew the amount of Milwaukee niggas they walk in there. They specialize in HIV medication specifically. There is no other reason for you to be in there. When I tell y'all some of y'all boyfriends, when I tell y'all some of oh my God, girl. And I'm not going to put nobody's business out there. I'm not going to say who it is. Because it's a fuck ton of them. A fuck ton of them. One of them seen me the other day and like wholeheartedly stared me in my face while I was in there grabbing my medication. Because I'm like, bitch, I stay medicated. Fuck that. Girl, all I know is y'all be talking all this shit about the girls with HIV, but don't even know. Half of Milwaukee has it, girl. There's only so many of them that are actually medicated, though. And to be fucking honest with you, they don't have to tell you that they have it because they can't pass it. If they passing it, then yeah, they need to say something and you got you a nice little lawsuit on your hands, girl. You can go ahead and sue. But if they undetectable, girl, you good. You can't get it. You can go check it. You can't get it, bitch. And while y'all on the topic, bitch, y'all need to just brush up on STDs in general, girl. Go ahead and look up the HSV 2 and 1 and shit. HIV, all of that. Because y'all be getting this shit mixed up. Oh, my granny, y'all be getting this shit mixed up and it be kind of irritating. Because I be like, girl, we don't do that. We don't have outbreaks, bitch. That's a herpes.
What don't y'all got nowadays? You know what I'm saying? I remember back in the day when I was coming up, HIV was looked at as a death sentence. I guess that ever since Magic Johnson survived it, and he out here thriving, and he not as skinny as maybe the person is that's subscribing his video. Everybody was just like, all right, cool. Let's just go ahead and rock with it. I don't even think that nobody is strapping up nowadays. Anytime you go into anywhere, I was just in Vegas. And if you go into the general store that also, has the little snacks and stuff like that, and I was there for the CES conference. All of the rubbers was full. All of them. All of the rubbers was full. Nobody was tripping. Everybody was just moving and shaking hands and passing along norovirus and a whole 9 yards. But they didn't trip. We'll wash our hands, but we won't wash our cocks, right? I guess. Or at the very least, strap up to prevent yourself from catching it. Honestly, if we really want to just get down to the thick of it, because it's not just about protecting yourself, the fact of the matter is, how are all of these guys catching it when you are, and correct me if I'm wrong inside of the chat, much less likely to get it if you are not a gay man? I mean, I know that it's always a possibility of you getting it, but the way that it's spreading, it would seem as though there's a lot of people that's sleeping with a lot of people that's not of the different sex and gender of what a lot of people should be talking about. So I guess, what was replicated over in Atlanta from San Francisco down into Houston is now spreading over to Milwaukee and all the rest of these places. I'll just be honest with you. This is the reason why I rock with people like Jason Whitlock, because he emphasizes, and I know this has nothing to do with Jason Whitlock, but the point of the matter is he highlights and he pushes morality within relationships, which also can lead to preventing yourself from having to worry about whether or not you're passing it. Like, why would I want to have a conversation about how much medication I can get? And honestly, I'm starting to see a lot of people talk about the fact that they really don't care about what they catch because they know that it's something that they can prevent it medication. I almost think that the medication and the healthcare side of it is kind of sort of validating people just going out there and spreading it amongst each other because they feel like it's a cure. Having a cure is also, I mean, you can make an argument for it, right? Having a cure is also a possibility of making it worse in the communities because then it spreads much faster than everybody give it to everybody because nobody cares and nobody thinks that it affects anybody because they think that it's curable, right? I remember, reading about the fact that the old school people and, the Al Capones or whatever, that they died from syphilis. Now syphilis ain't even a thing. You know what I'm saying? Chlamydia, I guess you take a shot for it. They don't even trip about herpes. It used to be a big thing about incurable diseases. And they talking about HB1 and HB2. I don't even want one or two. I don't want either. You know what I'm saying? But everybody is just running around doing what they want to do when they want to do it. And it's like it's not a big deal anymore. So y'all could have each other. Y'all keep sleeping around with each other. I know we like to promote how many chicks you didn't bust down or whatever. All that says to me is there's a much greater chance and possibility that if you are in these streets, the way that y'all say that y'all in these streets, then y'all are out here catching what the streets has for you. And for all of the women that's sleeping with the same men, that's chasing the same men, when y'all say that y'all want A, B, C, and D, also include E and F and HIV that goes along with it because it's bad out here in these streets. And not only do you have to worry about, whether or not the person is biologically a male or a woman, but the fact that they may be carrying something with them. I mean, I would be absolutely terrified of sleeping with somebody that had something while I was strapped up, let alone going raw. Going raw was unheard of. Unheard of. Magic Johnson put an end to all of that, and then it just slowly but surely crept up. And this new generation, we got a whole new fleet of people that is passing out diseases. I heard that Mocha Fest, where Mocha Fest gonna be at this year? Are they going on tour again? And all of the women, they don't even care. They don't even care. They just sucking the herpes out, just sucking the HSV1 out, just sucking the HIV out. Just go ahead and just take it all. Just get all of it out, put it into your system, make sure that you pass it on to your children, and then they can make sure that they scratching their eyes out because that blindness that then contributes to it. Then you keep wondering why your kid is in room 9, or they always on a spectrum and stuff like that. They can't see, they can't hear, they can't pay attention, they got ADHD. No, they scratching all the time because you pass the disease on to them and you keep telling us that everybody deserves to be able to have kids and find love. I disagree. I think that there's criteria. You got to separate the good from the bad. You got to separate the great behavior from the bad behavior. And as bad as this video is, I don't know how y'all don't see this and this is not a wake-up call for y'all and y'all say, you know what, I got to move a little bit differently. I don't really want to be in that crowd. At the worst, I might have a chick that's nagging me and giving me a headache, but I ain't got to worry about the fact that I catch this disease that go along with it. It is absolutely horrible. It's trash. Again, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's bad out here, bro.